Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my beautiful hot messes. My name is Mistress Lavender, and today I'm reading Rich AF by Vivian 2. I'm on part 1, Education for This Era, starting on page 32. But if you don't know who I am, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're lost in this book that I'm reading, click episode 1, silly. But if you do, let's begin. I'm starting at the abolition of slavery. Let's begin. The abolition of slavery in the United States was supposed to usher in freedom and equality under the law, but the white male people in power just invented new ways to discriminate. 8 generations after the first Juneteenth, the typical Black American family has only 13 cents to every dollar held by the typical white American family. Black veterans were denied benefits of the GI Bill, such as free college tuition, and Black families would face redlining and racism lending policies when attempting to buy homes, effectively looking them out of the post war economic boom. These disadvantages were negative interest in compounding generation after generation, denying Black people the ability to move upward economically. Today, Black women in the United States are still paid 36% less than white men and 12% less than white women. They're also 10% less likely than white men to be an active part of the workforce. Black people who are homeowners are less get less resale value for their homes just because black people live there. Seriously, a black family in California swapped out their family photos with photos of white friends' family, and their home appraisal went up by $500,000 for the same exact house. But Black Americans aren't alone in struggling to get a foothold in generational wealth. As much as I love seeing Crazy Rich Asians representation on the big screen, please don't let the glitz and glamour blind you from the challenges the Asian American community faces as a whole, not to mention the fear of being attacked in the street. While Asians overall rank as the highest earning racial group in the United States, this is not a status shared by all Asians. We're not a unified, singular, monolithic group, but rather a melting pot of different countries, languages, and cultures, and income brackets. In fact, Asian Americans are now the most economically divided racial group in the country. In 2016, Asians in the top 10 percentile earned over 10 times of those in the bottom 10 percentile. This is at least partially due to American immigration laws, specifically the H 1B visa that allowed U.S. employers to employ foreign workers in high earning specialty occupations. Think doctors, computer scientists, engineers, which led to many highly educated, high earning Asian people immigrating to the United States post World War II. The Latino community in America also grew in the 20th century, but their bank accounts haven't always, thanks to the racist grab bag of fear mongering, union busting, and oppressive immigration politics or policies. In the early 20th century, Latino farmers were crucial to the organized labor movement, striking for fair working conditions and pay, only to be attacked by militias. The 1942 Bracario Basero program granted millions of Mexican citizens the right to work temporarily in the United States, but also took a mandatory 10% savings from their pay that rarely restored and actively blocked them from contacting their families back home. Today, Latino Americans earn on average just 73 cents to the dollar compared to white Americans and are collectively underpaid by an estimated 288 billion with a B. Still, for the past 20 years, Latino wealth has been growing at an average rate of 7% per year, more than twice as fast as white wealth. Yet, despite absolutely crushing it, growth-wise, the medium wealth held by a Latina household was just 1/5 of the white household, 36,000 versus 188,000 as of 2019. Not only that, but Latinos start more businesses than any other racial group in the United States, and at twice the rate as white people. Yet they are less likely to be approved for startup loans despite having, on average, the same credit scores as white entrepreneurs. It's not just race based either. Queer folks have also been subject to historical disadvantages. Before same sex marriage was legalized nationwide, long life partners had no legal resource for inheriting wealth if one of them passed away, enjoying the tax benefits of marriage, or sharing spousal health insurance coverage. Today, it's still perfectly legal in many instances to just plain fire or not hire someone because they're gay or trans, thanks to the sneaky things like religious expectations. And it's only been illegal to reject a LGBTQ plus person for a mortgage since 2020. And and lest we forget, good old fashioned sexism is still alive and well. For one thing, it's just expensive to be a woman. The pink tax on stuff like razors and soap, the cultural expectation for all of us to wear a full face of makeup every single day, and the fact that we're seen as less competent if we don't. The lack of social safety net that makes childbearing a huge burden on a woman's lifelong earning potential is exhausting. But for another, it's sadly quite easy for us gals to get really, really stuck in a bad situation because of money. Trust me, I have received many, way many too many DMs from women telling me that they caught their husband cheating and now he's locked her out of their joint accounts, or that their partner who took care of all the bills just passed away and now they have no idea what to do with their money. Or that they are trapped in a relationship they know is toxic, but they can't afford to move to their own place. All these reasons for all these people are why we all need to be rich AF. And that's why we all need a rich BFF. Chapter 2. So I'm going to stop here. This is kind of a short read because I want to make sure I start. You know what I'm saying? So the next one we'll read is on page 37, and it'll be part 2. I know my worth. Or no, it's actually how this book goes. It's interesting. So it goes. So part one we just finished was you work hard for the money, and there's little segments. So part one is you work hard for the money. Segment one I just finished was education for this era. The segment two on page 37, which we're going to read next episode, is I know my worth. So I'm gonna stop there, but next episode we're gonna start on page 37. But thank you so much. My name is Mistress Lavender, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and let me know if you're getting this book. Have you read this book? How do you feel about it? And if you're not reading this book, what are you reading currently? But I can't wait to see you next episode. Bye.